Hey guys, so while I was shooting my Spider-Man video, I never realized that the other camera was not recording. So I just look a little weird while talking into a camera that's not even on. So forget that, just watch it from one camera. I'm gonna be leaving those things in so you can laugh. And yeah, please enjoy the video. Hey guys, and yes, we're doing it. I'm gonna show you guys how to make the Spider-Man web shooter. Yes, I know people have asked me this, like, how do you make this? You know what, I'm gonna end it all that. I'm just gonna show you guys how I make it. And yes, I had my exams, that's why I never made it. And also, you can't really see my table, so that's why I have this here, so you guys can see what I'm doing. So this camera is going to be aiming at my face. Okay, let's get started. You will need scissors, scale, a red and black marker, a permanent marker, it's black in color, some instant glue or some really fast thing that you have that sticks faster. That didn't make any sense. I'm using Fevikwik, which is good enough for me. A pencil. Now wait! Before we start, I want to show you the proper or the right paper or the cardboard that you should be using. So I found out that the cardboard for boxes is the best, because that's what I've used to make the Spider-Man web shooter, the Ben 10 Omnibus Omnitrix and Bamboo Copter, and I found that it is good. It sticks well, it cuts easily, so we're going to be using this one, okay? It's your wish, you can make it with whatever you want. I'm just telling you, if you want it to be perfect, use this. And a rubber band. Okay, so if you're like me and you've got a huge thing, we're going to start just by trimming it out a little bit so that we can actually fit it on this table. Krishna, please bro, make a tutorial. Please bro, make a tutorial. You guys are like demanding tutorials. Look at this. Can you see it? Maybe, I don't know. So yeah, stay tuned. I am making a tutorial on this. Right now I'm making on this. I will make the Ben 10 one tomorrow. So, we got for that. Okay, this is not working. Let's go a little extreme. Okay, that expanded really fast. So now we have this huge thing. Let's trim it down a bit. Okay, so this is pretty much all you need for now, at least. I don't think you'll need more than this. So yeah. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is make cutouts of all the different little pieces that you can see here. So the first thing we'll be making is the front part. Now you can choose whatever designs you want. I'm personally going to make another one for this, so I have two of the same looking web shooters. So we'll take the pencil, and you guys, I know you don't have one of these, so you know what, you can just make up one, but I'm going to be tracing my old web shooter so I can get the same size. That is definitely not one of my best traces, but you know what, it'll work for now. Now you have one trace, cut it out and make a second one. So one cutout is done, as you can see. Now what you want to do is take the same cutout, place it wherever you want, and make another outline and cut that as well. And now we have two identical looking front and back bodies. Now let's make the rest. Okay, so a thing that I find much easier, instead of cutting individual parts, we just take one size, make a line, and then just cut it. Then we can always just decide how much goes where. So the measurement I'm going to be taking is a centimeter, okay? You can take whatever you want, but I'm going to be sticking with 1 centimeter because I want it to be as thin as possible. Okay, so for now, we're going to put this aside. And right now, we're just going to construct the body. So this is the, the things in the middle. We call all this here. So that's what this is going to be. Now, bring out your other parts, two identical looking bodies and this, And the first thing you want to do is take your front body and make the design you wish to see on the web shooter. So right now like I said, I'm copying the old one that I have, so I have two identical ones. So I'm going to be copying this design. Choose whatever design you want and draw it. So this is my design. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention. In this web shooter, you can see that there's a little curve. So that's exactly what you want to do for this one. You make a small curve and then you just cut it out. I've drawn it, now let's cut it out. Now we have the curve ready. So once you've decided on what you want it to look like, fill it in with color. So I'm going with the standard Spider-Man web shooter colors, which is red and black. But you know what, you can go with anything you want. And you know what, yeah, just color it whatever you want. I'm doing red and black. And this is how it would look colored in. Now the other one you don't really need to color, so I'm not going to do that, but if you want, go ahead and do it. Now take your strip and color this as well. So I went with the, just a straightforward design, red and grey in the middle. Again, you can do whatever you want, but I'm going to be sticking with this one. And there we go. Now let's put it all together. So an easy way to do this would be using a scale and measuring out all the different sides and then just cutting it out, but anybody got time for that? So what I'm going to do is basically just look at this, put it down here and just stick it on the go. So I'm going to take my Fevikwik, which is instant adhesive, as it says so on its thing. I could show you if it stopped reflecting so much. There we go. Just gonna these things are tight. There we go. Warning, be careful around these things. I'm serious. So on one side we're going to take our instant glue and we're just going to cover one side, and then quickly while that is happening we're going to take our strip and I'm going to put it down here. We're just going to place it on and we're going to hold it just for say around 25 seconds. That was really specific. And we're going to wait till it's done sticking. Okay, it seems to be stuck on one side. So now what you're going to do is see with the end where it's finishing off. So the end where it's finishing off, which is like here, what you want to do is you want to cut it off and then repeat the process all the way around. Let's do this in fast motion. Okay, now when you're done with all of that, I suggest you take your glue and just go inside and put the glue all around inside, just to make it, keep it a bit sturdier and not break that fast. And now you wait for it to dry. So while that's drying, because I know it's going to take a lot of time, let's see what you guys have been commenting on my videos. Bro, please make a tutorial on bent end omnitrix, please. Also, hey, how you hold the rubber band? What's the thing? Is that hold its? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. Please make it as soon as possible. When will you do it today? That is really cool. Mine was paper and I kinda burnt it. So I'm guessing it's dried now. So now what you want to do is take the front part and kind of line it up so it looks like this. Yeah, it looks like that. Okay, now you need a place for the pencil to go in front also. So we've made a place behind, we haven't stuck. Right, before we do that, you need an opening for the front and for the back. So if you were to look at it from this way, the front should remain open, and now we need to cut this hole for it to go in front. So what I suggest you do, you take the front end, you line it up so it looks like this, and then you just take a pencil. So where we made our curve earlier, we just make two straight lines, kind of like that. I don't know if y'all can make it out, but those are lines here and here, so it kind of lines up with this. And then after you make those lines, what you want to do is just cut out the middle part. So what you want to do is you want to cut out from here and remove the part in the center. So when you cut it out, it should have an opening in the front and it should have an opening at the back, and the top should be completely exposed. So now what we can do is we can finally fit our top body onto this. So just take your glue, put it all around the corners, and we can just stick it, and it should look pretty similar to a Spider-Man web shooter. So once you've done that, I would suggest that you would clean it off, like make it look a little bit more smoother. So all these extra little bits you should cut off so it looks nice. Okay, so this is how it is looking right now. So we've made the body, the top, the bottom. So now what you want to do is you want to make like a little nozzle. So what you want to do is grab your huge paper and cut out 5 centimeters. So the way we did it this way, we made it 1 centimeter thick. What you want to do with this, you want to make it 5 centimeters thick. It doesn't need to be long in length, it just needs to be 5 centimeters. So lengthwise, I say you should just take like 4 and then proceed to cut it out. So once you've got your 5 into 4, or would be 4 into 5, it would be 4 into 5 centimeter rectangular looking thing. So once you got this, grab a pencil and just go around it. Keep in mind the pencil has to be able to go smoothly, like inside, so there's no, like nothing is holding it, so that when we shoot with the rubber band it doesn't get stuck. Quickly grab your Fevikwik and just stick it. I would suggest, you know, just rolling it like you would roll dough, because that seems to work sometimes. Or it worked. Okay, so now we have this. So now what you want to do is you take your body and just place it inside. So now this looks like the nozzle. So before you insert the whole thing, I would suggest like take it out a little bit, just a little bit, doesn't have to be that much. Put some Fevikwik on the back. So I'm going to show you here. Put some Fevikwik on the back and then insert it fully. Then take a pencil, insert it, and then just push so that it's, you know, it sticks properly. For now, that is the whole thing. So basically we've got the nozzle, so that's basically where the pencil is, and now let's test it out. And if it goes through without stopping at all, that means you've done it right. So now what we need to do is the rubber band. So in the last video where I did the explanation, and if you haven't seen that, there's a card somewhere explaining that I used 2 rubber bands on each side, but for this one I'm just going to be using 1 because I only have 1 rubber band. So what you want to do is just cut it once, or actually no, you know what, let's hold it up equally. So you've held it up equally, and then just cut it one more time. So now we have 2 equally sized rubber bands that we can place on both sides. So to place the rubber bands, you just take the rubber band, you decide like exactly where you want it. So I'm going to go this far, and then I'm going to stick it with Fevikwik and do the same thing for the other side. Now if your rubber bands on the ends turn out a little bit long like mine have, that's okay, just shorten it a little bit. So basically I think we're going for 3 centimeters, and right now it's a little too big, so I'm going to just chop it off here. So there we go. That's exactly how it should be. The thing that I've got questioned a lot in most of my comments is, what is the back? So back is basically just a little box. Yeah. So we're gonna make that box. Now to make a box, all you do is take the same strip and then we'll just make it into a box. So first we'll shape it in the way of a box. That will be good enough to fit our pencil. That should be pretty good. And then we will take our Fevikwik and we'll just stick it. And of course cut off the excess. So now we have our box, but one side needs to be covered so that the pencil can rest. So we'll just take the excess that we cut off, and basically we will just overlap one side and we'll stick it down and cut off the excess. I'm going to leave it like this because I don't have much time. I've got 2 minutes on both cameras, so I'm going to quickly finish this up. So now what you want to do, once you've got the box, you take your web shooter, both ends like this. The web shooter has to be having the open face, which is here, this way. So it would have it this way. So just take both sides, and on each side of it, it has to be stuck like that. So just stick it. Okay, so now we have that. Now all we need to do is make the trigger. So the trigger is what Spidey uses to, you know, the 2 fingers. So we need to make this part of it. So I am going to be following the same pattern. It's a straight line, and then it's another straight line turned over a little bit, and then just proceed to cut it out. well, I ran out of storage in this camera, so this is the only camera I have. So this is the trigger. It kind of might be a little too big. Hold on a minute. Let us trim it down a bit. That is okay. So this is the trigger, and this trigger will go back here. So that is how it will go. So just kind of measure it out, see how good it is, see how far you want it. I want to keep it to there, so that's exactly where it's going. Stick it on. So now we have the trigger. Now basically we need all this, which holds the pencil. So now we're gonna make that quickly before I run out of storage on this as well. So just take the whole strip that you don't really need and just make it kind of fold it. So once you've reached the end, just apply some Fevikwik, and that is that. So now on this, once you've done this on here, stick this here. That was the camera shutting off. Stick this here, right here, and also stick it with the openings facing outwards so that it gives a little grip. So yeah, this is pretty much it, and this is how it compares to the other one. It's of course not the best right now because I haven't colored it as yet, but I'll color it. And you know what, there's just one thing, I just have to color it black, that's all. And do add a strap. I suggest adding a velcro strap. I don't have one right now, and this one kind of broke, so I can't even show you, but you can just check it out in this video where I'm explaining how it actually works, and the other video where I also make a string for the web shooter. Tomorrow I'm going to be making the Ben 10 Alien Force Omnitrix, which is what seems to be suggested more or wanted more. Then it's going to be Ben 10 Alien Force, Ben 10 Omniverse, Ben 10 the original Omnitrix, and then the Ultimatrix, and that would end all the Omnitrixes and the Spider-Man. So thumbs up this video guys if you enjoyed watching. Also subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.